Exactly at midnight on October 1st, 2025, NASA's public presence disappeared. The agency's homepage flashed a terse government shutdown banner and then went mute. At the same moment, an extraordinary visitor from interstellar space entered its narrow window for observation from Mars. Public-facing feeds cut off just as a fragment born around another star swept into range, leaving European orbiters and a handful of silent American systems to watch alone. Was this simply bad timing and bureaucracy, or something far darker when the data itself is priceless and the official voice has gone quiet? The clock is ticking, and the evidence is about to be checked. A bona fide interstellar object does not wait for our calendars. In the early hours of October, while an agency of unmatched capability withdrew from the public eye, a shard of alien material crossed the orbit of Mars. In recorded history, there have only been 3 such confirmed visitors. Each appearance is statistically absurd. Billions of solar system bodies, yet only a handful arrive on hyperbolic tracks from deeper space. The scientific opportunity here is measured not in tweets, but in photons. How light filters through a foreign coma, what molecules appear in its spectrum, what clues its motion gives about a birth environment beyond our sun. For a brief week, Mars, not Earth, becomes the best observatory. This isn't a slow campaign. The discovery trace begins on July 1st, 2025, when the Atlas survey in Chile flagged a new object whose preliminary orbit refused to close. Over the summer, stations worldwide added positions and magnitudes until the orbiters calculated an inbound hyperbola. From October 1st to 7th, the geometry aligns. The object passes within roughly 30 million kilometers of Mars, close enough to register subtle variations in brightness and color, but far too distant to resolve a nucleus. The closest approach is on October 3rd, a tiny point of light skimming the Martian sky. After a week, Mars's vantage point vanishes and the visitor dives sunward. Its perihelion occurs around October 29th to 30th, at about 1.36 astronomical units, where the sun's glare swallows it from Earth's view. If anything is to be learned from this encounter, it must be gathered in those slotted hours. Every agency with a Mars asset reworked schedules. ESA's Mars Express and the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter cleared high-cadence observing runs. Teams queued imagers and spectrometers to take every available exposure. On the U.S. side, MAVEN and Mars reconnaissance orbiter teams pushed contingency pointings through their flight operations, skeleton crews. The small groups legally allowed to maintain and protect spacecraft during a funding lapse. International partners, China's Mars team, and the UAE's HOPE Mission Control, also slotted time to contribute astrometry and photometry. Amateur astronomers and backyard observers filled gaps on Earth, sending rapid photometric updates to the centralized minor planet logs. Everyone knew the game. One short week, no do-overs. From Mars's orbit, no camera can image the nucleus as anything but a point source. The real returns are light curves, color indices, coma extent, and the faintest emission lines if the coma brightens. Every second of exposure is a vote. A single measurement that, combined with others, could reveal rotation, composition, and unusual behavior. But this kind of work needs tight coordination and transparent sharing. That's why the timing of the public blackout mattered so much to observers beyond mission walls. At 0001 on October 1st, the Anti-Deficiency Act did what it always does in a shutdown. Public communications stop. Outreach teams, social accounts, and public blogs go dark. Flight-critical operations, things necessary to preserve spacecraft and crew, if any, continue internally. NASA's Red Watch teams remained on duty to command and safeguard probes, but by law, they could not post updates or run public briefings. Systems continued to gather telemetry, but the narrative available to the public was reduced to silence. For those outside mission operations, that silence quickly became a story in itself. When official voices vanish, rumor fills the space. Social threads ballooned, some thoughtful, many not. Screenshots of stale ESA posts, amateur photometry, and the occasional misread plot circulated under hashtags number sign Mars, window number sign, Atlas number sign, shutdown, blackout. In the absence of real-time mission updates, claims sprouted. The spectrum shows alien chemistry. Trajectory doesn't fit physics. Classified teams grabbed everything. The longer the silence lasted, the louder these narratives grew. But absence of evidence is not evidence of suppression. It is an invitation for unchecked imagination. When the logs open and the numbers are released, 6 types of explanations will compete for dominance. 1. Simple coincidence. A fiscal calendar and a rare cosmic event collided. Bad optics, not conspiracy. 2. Environmental noise. Solar wind, a Martian dust storm, or instrument quirks made some data unusable. 3rd, unusual natural object. A particularly massive or metal-rich interstellar body that behaves strangely under radiation. 4. Classified parallel observations. Sensitive national programs collecting data under restricted rules. 5th, third-party intercept. The idea of a private or secret actor taking measurements, sensational but without precedent. 6th, artificial origin, the most extraordinary. An engineered object masked as a comet,